Oof, it has been a super crazy busy day. But hey, Erica. Hey, Pro. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Melissa. Hey, AJ. Hey, Cricket. Hey, Linda. What are you guys doing? What are you up to? It feels like it's been since yesterday since I saw y'all last. Um, oh, I'm doing great. It's so windy that like is the house breaking? Like I can't tell if the house or like what, but everything should be fine. Hopefully. I'm just gonna get my surface cleared off here for a sec. um, let's see. Hey Teresa. Hey Comatose. Good night, says Malika. Hey, yeah. Oh, it's what time is it? It is 5 p.m. Oh yeah, I gotta turn off my phone sound real quick. Okay, it is turned off. Also, I forgot to turn off the alarm again. I said I was gonna do it last time. Second, I got off the phone, like got off the stream. Completely forgot. Completely forgot. I didn't even put makeup on. I'm doing this video. I am. It feels like, is there like some weather blowing in or something? Like some storms? It's starting to get like, it's been really windy all day, like really like warm and nice, but it's starting to get like tornado gusty. Oh, sorry, I'm charging up. If y'all want to see something, is it glowing? Can you? I'm trying to show you guys, but I'll get the angle changed and then show y'all. Oh my goodness. There's just, this house is a mess. It's a genuine mess. Droma says lots of pixels / buffering going on. Well, I'm talking to space, so this is kind of 7 hours later here or earlier, never know. I think it's Tuesday, so y'all are in the future. Malika. I hope the future is treating you well. Hopefully it'll have mercy on us all. Okay, just getting these. Well, I guess I can. I'm gonna mess with this tripod real quick. Okay, well, I'll take it. Okay, I got the tripod. Let me see if it flips. Hopefully it's not just... So, of course, there's dog fur on everything. But I started trying to use... I thought it'd be kind of cool for my fairy house to have, like... What you want to know from the future? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, man. I need to put more thought into this. I was severely unprepared. Here we are. This is up all the way, but still. So there's a little mushroom we'll paint. Yep, we're getting some moons going. This mushroom just looks, well, like a mushroom, really. And then I really like these little guys. All right, Malika. Okay, so I'm back. Yes. I hope this will be better. So my phone, like, I was trying to close out of the program and the phone, like, straight up crashed. So it's restarted, but we're back, hopefully, maybe. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Cool. Excellent. Huzzah! I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Actually, speaking of plugging in, the fact that I've got like 2% battery probably isn't helping. Hooray! Tech support. Turn it off and turn it back on again. So these are, I had made some molds of our moons and I've practiced casting out of them. And I just feel like they're still really messy looking for what I'd like to sell. So we don't have any available for sale yet. And I'm still kind of in the testing phase because in my heart, I'd really like to be able to get like 100 casts out of a mold, you know. So far I've done like 10 casts out of each of these, but it's like ones like this one, I don't know. I need to I need to do better, and we're working on it. So that's why we don't have any molds up for sale, because I want all of them to be like very perfect edged, you know. So working on that. Though we may sell some of these as like dud molds. I mean, the moons come out pretty good. Like, they come out like, I think pretty good. And that's true, Kelly. Well, it sees it glow a little bit. Ah, there's that alarm. Sorry, guys. Hey, Randy. Could you remind me after the stream, like, to help me remember to actually get rid of that alarm? I set it for something like a month ago at this point. There. Set these guys off to the side. And then we are going to get to crafting today. Well, Jean, I wish everybody who purchases things online were as forgiving of, you know, everything as a lot of y'all tend to be. But I want to have a like really good top-notch product for y'all if we're going to sell it. So, Drax, right? Yes, I went ahead and sculpted up some of my own out of polymer clay, and on y'all's recommendation, after sanding them really smooth, I covered it with lacquer, like just painted on like it's the floor lacquer, Minwax. What is it? It starts with a P, but I painted that on there and let it dry, and so it comes out nice and shiny. But I'm hoping in like the coming week we'll be able to have those up for you guys. But for today, we are working on, I left it over there. This is one of our kits that we now have up for sale on our website, which whenever we have new products moving forward, the reason why I don't link directly to the product page is about once every 3 months, I rearrange the entire website so that product page may or may not be in the same spot in the future. And so I just a link to our website. And then if y'all go to our homepage, like right now, it has like the big dragon eye, polyurethane. Yes, thank you, Droma, in Pro. And you scroll down just a little bit and it has all of the like featured, like the new product for this week right there. And that way y'all don't have to go digging through the website. But this is one of our kits, and I just pulled it out of the forge, so I haven't sorted it yet. But we have these up for sale because we're gonna be doing a craft along coming up where like I do like an actual tutorial. And I thought it might be cool if you guys wanted to craft along with me. So in this we have right now I'm just making one of the fairy bookcases. And we have our 2 narrow shelves. This will also have like a material list. We have our 2 narrow shelves that go in the top. We have our 3 lower shelves. We have our center shelf, which is like if we have small, medium, and large. Right on. Could just write error mold on the bottoms of them and sell them at a discount. They used to do that with baseball cards, just called them error cards. Right on. That's a really good idea. Jennifer says, what are you building today? Will you put apart the pieces first before you put them together with glue? Will you paint the pieces? That's a pretty good idea. I don't know. What do y'all think? Because in the past, whenever I glued it, or like painted it first, whenever I did my glue, like it would have like these spots left over. Well, we'll have to keep that in mind. Because also I'm saving these guys just for my own production purposes as well. But hopefully in the coming week or two, we'll have some molds up for sale. But yeah, so this is the center shelf. We have the kick plate here. These are the facade pieces. Just don't glue on the tabs. Right on. And then these are the decorative pieces. And this is our square bookcase, which we do have the kit up for sale. Just don't paint the tabs. Gotcha. We do have these up for sale on our website. And also, we may work on this guy a little bit, who we don't have the pattern available for this one yet. I'm still tweaking it just a little bit because I had to go through and hand sand down every single one of these. I tried using the belt sander, but it took a little too much off. I wanted them to fit like really well. But we did design our own pattern for this apothecary shelf. Oh, and there's some little seashells in there. Did I put? No, I didn't put anything in that one, I guess. But we will be having a file and kit for this one as well. But I just need to do that extra little bit of work on the template before we list that. Do instructions that come with the kit. Jen, we don't have written out instructions yet. I am working on those, but anybody who does buy the kit, I will be sending an email with that whenever it does come out, the written instructions. But we also are going to be making a video that will be linked in the product description. But so long story short, yes, we're working on it, but not directly at this moment. Here, just a moment. I'll be right back. So what color should we paint this? Because, okay, well, before we decide, can cabs fit in those drawers? Not at this scale, but I think if we scaled it up one, we'd be able to. And I'd still be able to produce that on the Glowforge. But you and I are thinking along the same lines, Droma, because that would be so cool. It is easier than IKEA furniture. Like, and I think once we show you, like, I'm going to be demonstrating how to put this together, and it's a lot easier than what you might think. But so I decided to start. Well, I needed somewhere to put my furniture, like all the fairy furniture that I've been making. So Randy took me out to Hobby Lobby, who apparently are not like taking coupons anymore, which I never thought I'd see the day. But I'm working on the bathroom. This is the Orchid Dollhouse. It was like $35 for the kit, y'all. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best quality wood and stuff. That's why I actually went through and I cut out all of my own windows. I'm doing the flooring in bamboo coffee stirrers. I made a little popsicle stick and coffee stirrer jacuzzi tub. I made my own bay window. Here, let's get this down a little so you can see. And I haven't finished putting all the trim and stuff on. And this is actually going to be covered entirely in like greenery. And then this is the front of the house that I've been working on. And I'm pretty excited. I really like the window boxes. And we're going to be releasing a Orchid House expansion kit. So all the windows and everything, I'm saving all the files and making tweaks to them as necessary, but we'll have that in our digital download content for if anybody else gets, because this is super, super affordable. $35 for a dollhouse like kit. Like I couldn't have bought the wood for that cheap. At least not for what I put into my Glowforge. But and I don't know, I wanted to make one from scratch, but it was very intimidating because I had never like designed a 3D house before. So I don't know, working with a kit, I felt like was a nice starting place. But I'm gonna be kind of whitewashing the walls. I just spray painted the whole thing to give it like a base color, but then I ran out of paint. Needs a house number. Ooh, yes. And then we're gonna be putting in, I think, another wall either here or here. Like I don't know yet. I don't know, because we have to make some stairs. There's a whole lot of work that still needs to go into this, but the bookcase that I'm making today is going to be going into this house. So, whoop, oops, and Let me shake the camera a whole bunch before I put it back. What are those round sections of Victorian houses called? They've always left those too. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, that kind of like tower off of the, or the spire off the side of the house. So whenever you purchase a kit from us, in your kit comes a material list that I don't have any printed out right now, but you'll be able to identify each of your pieces. And so, I think I hear Randy coming to my rescue. Is that you coming to my rescue, honey? Huh? Yes, you're the best. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so also, I'm not like a computer wizard, so it's not particularly fancy, and I don't know how to do layouts, so that's why 4 is over here. But just have mercy. Ooh, a turret. But yeah, so you'll be able to identify, and it's the same sheet and kind of same process whether you go with our square backed or our curved backed. So, ooh, oh, Jennifer, that's brilliant. I'm gonna have to do that next time. But so you'll be able to identify all your different pieces. Randy was like, it gets a little confusing that this piece looks exactly like those pieces, so I did mod that. This is not the final. There's also the little node, like that little spot was in the wrong place, but you'll get that. And so we're gonna dry fit this together first, and we'll start by, you don't have to do any sanding, anything like that. We take care of all of that for you. So you do your top 2 shelves, your middle shelf, and then your bottom 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then you just fit that in on the side, and then you come over and I start fitting stuff in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know what we could also do? Because whenever it's glued, it's a little easier that way for me. Yep. And that one doesn't have, we'll put that one in last. Hey! Because also, I'm very open to suggestions. I'm going to make it on its tummy. That way all the pieces aren't falling out. But it would be better to actually glue things so they stay in place as you go along. The sanding going to be a lot of work for you and Randy. It is, but that's reflected in the price. Sorry, pardon our dog. As they lose their mind. I'll be right back. Hey, thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Oh, this is a mailman. It's fine. Callie, why are you running towards the door too? Oh. Okay. So again, if we were actually gluing the stuff together, it would actually stay holding. Bork, says the dog yog. Okay. Because the main thing is you don't want to put the 2 pieces together without having put in all the horizontals, because then it'll get like difficult to piece them in. So there's that. So let's go ahead and do we paint it first and then assemble it with the glue, because it's kind of dry fitting is very, very clumsy. And should we paint it brown? Out of all the colors in the whole wide world, clothespins help. I bet. You bet. I don't even have to try that hard. It just smashes. Okay. Blue, says Sandra. Ooh, right on. Jean asks, what kind of glue do you use? I really, really, really like, this is Advanced Craft Glue 3-in-1. I like it because it does not have the smell or the like feel of super glue, but it holds on and grabs way faster than wood glue. Brown wash, not opaque. I think I'm feeling that. Oof. And also, y'all, because of international shipping and stuff, but also this can be made out of cardboard or chipboard, and we sell the digital files on our website as well. So that way you don't have to worry about shipping. But yeah, you can cut it out of foam, you like foam board, you can cut it out of cardboard or chipboard. The slots are designed to accommodate 3 millimeter thickness, but honestly, if you were doing this out of cardboard, you could just ignore a lot of the slots and just do like the side ones and just like glue things in together. So, yeah, it is crazy expensive to ship right now. Like, it is killing our international sales. And I mean, I wouldn't pay that shipping. That's ridiculous. But that's what they're charging us. So we're gonna do a brown wash. Wash. And hey, Wendy, could you bring me a fresh, clean cup of water, please? For rinsing brushes. The one I have is glue water. I mean, don't take that one because I still need it. But yes, please. If I were my brown paint, where in the heck would I have? Now, I'm a super duper sucker for this coffee bean. But also they can be used, the digital files can be used for crickets as well. And I'm going to use this lid, just randomly found. Thank you. Here's a cup of some water. Yeah, you should probably let her out. Thank you, honey. And I'm going to use a big flat bristle brush. I totally ruined these bristles. Apparently do not react well. I tried to use this brush to clean up some glue. That's just fancy. And it completely... What's that, babe? Laminated, man. Ooh. So I can't even shred it. That's so fancy. That is fancy. So that's completely ruined. That paintbrush is. And let's see. Now I'm going to start with this as the base color, and then I'm going to go in and because I want to do the whole house in like tones of like green, brown, and copper. Just is my vibe right now, I think is what the kids say. So I'm just making a little bit of a wash. Now this is something that with the plywood, if it's too watery, you can get some warping and stuff, but since this doesn't have any drawers, I'm not that worried about it. And there's sirens. This looks like yummy hot chocolate. Ooh, Jennifer says, would you consider a rich golden brown? What paint color would you recommend for that, I wonder? So by going through with such a light color like this, thank you, honey. Hey, buddy. The dogs get all worked up when sirens go by. But I really like, this is a great suggestion, Droma, because you can still see the grain of the wood through it. Ooh, a hairdryer. That's a good idea. But yeah, I was going to go through and kind of dry brush, speckle in some greens and maybe bronzes and coppers and stuff. So what's the biggest piece? This is the back. The biggest piece is the back. Is that you asking or? No. Okay. As I'm trying to keep up. Well, let me, I'm on top chat. Sorry, guys. Yes, it does behave very much, Michelle, like a stain instead of a paint. And I also prefer, just for myself, and that's why we sell the kits and stuff too. And we also sell the completely assembled. But that way you can kind of just paint it yourself. I really like that. Um, it is 4 inches by 6 inches. So this is a 6 foot tall bookcase in the 112 scale. Though, again, with our digital files, you can kind of resize it to be however you like. I actually thought this would be super cool to have like fairy house furniture style jewelry displays. So you could size this up to a 1/6 scale, which is like Barbie doll furniture size, and probably put finger ring displays on the shelves or brooches or individual pendant displays or different things like that. Like the possibilities are endless. But I don't know. I kind of really like that concept. So I do like going with the grain on these pieces. There we are. And also this dries a whole lot faster than just doing thick layers of paint. So I'm going to set this off to the side. I don't actually know what Baroque style furniture is. What is that? Like, is that the time period? Because I'm familiar with like Baroque music from being in band. But I really feel like I need to learn these things about like the terminology for the different architecture and styles and stuff. Like fashion, but for furniture. What's that called? Just interior design. Ooh, real gaudy. Yes. Would balsa would be easiest to cut by hand. Quite possibly. Yeah. Like balsa or basswood, I think, are what I most commonly see available. Yeah, I really, really like being able to still identify the wood through it. Now, we don't sand off all the little burnt edges. I personally really love the contrast. It makes it look like a purposefully finished edge. But you can, if you want like a little routed effect, you can go through with sandpaper and kind of round off the edges. Um, but that's entirely up to you. So there's another one, and I'm just setting these on a shelf next to me, a wire shelf next to me, to dry while I do the next pieces. But I really like doing this with acrylic paint instead of an actual stain, because with the acrylic paint, there's like no harsh smell. Like it just smells like paint. Hey, Elijah. Was in the middle of my midterm exam and we lost house internet. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I hope everything's okay. No like storms or anything. I probably could have gloved up, but I'm gonna be doing dishes later today, probably anyways. So all the brown paint will come off of my fingers, hopefully. But yeah, just going through with each of the pieces. Now, also, I wonder how alcohol inks would do on wood like this, because you could probably get some really cool effects. I'm trying to make sure there's no puddles anywhere. We have great weather, so the snow probably melted and flooded the warehouse. Oh no. It's a sign to craft. I'll take it. Okay, so we did the 3 bottom shelves. Now we're doing the widest part, which is the like center shelf. Oh, yeah. That's a really good idea. Like, kind of paint them on. Or stamping. Okay. So before we assemble this, I'm going to go through with some of my mandala stamps and use like a gold metallic stamp ink, like stamping pigment, and do make it look like it's got like embossing on it. It's not like what Randy just said, but I think that's a cool idea. I already made some miniature books a few days ago. Ah, right on, Comatose. I've just been having so much fun with this. Like, it's to the point that I'm like, I've got to budget myself because I don't need to be neglecting my regular day to day work for playing with dollhouses. But that's like, and all I want to do ever. It's basically, I feel like a child again. It's like, I don't want to do my homework. I want to play. And then Randy's over there, like, please stop playing with your dollhouse for like 2 seconds. And I'm like, no. He's like, pretty please. I'm hungry. You did. He straight up went to bed without me. But I needed to finish my bathtub. I sniffed a daffodil today. It was really nice. Never had a dollhouse as a kid. This looks like it's a good excuse to get one now. Right, Brandy? There was a little while that it was before Dad got real sick and we went to the campground and stuff, but I had a Barbie dream house. And it was the mansion that was at the like for my half of the room because I shared a room with my brother. My half of the room, it's like I would make the whole floor space the village, and the Barbie dream house was the mansion that like my Barbie lived in. And then because my Barbie was Teresa, she was the brunette Barbie, and then I made the little cardboard houses for all of my other dolls to live in, but they were all just this will sound so deranged. They were all just servants to my horses. They were the ones who lived in the mansion, but Teresa was the one. She had articulated knees so she could actually ride the horses. And so I was like, you will be you get to live in the house with my horses. Oh no. I'm putting a little bit more water in here because it's getting a little thick. But something I was saying earlier is I still really like as opposed to painting this solid green or solid purple, it's my own personal aesthetic a little bit more to have like the wood tone in there and then to dry brush it with the accent color that I'd like it to be tinted with. I just feel like it makes it look a little bit more uh natural considering all the plants and everything I'm going to be putting on it. And if you have any spots where it's not really taking the dye or the paint as well, I just linger on there a little bit longer. And you can always come back through and do more layers as well. Or you could always sand it off too if it's just not doing it for you. Okay, so now we have the kickstand. I'm gonna try to keep up. Yeah, a lot more realistic. Just send my husband the files for the mini shells. I told him, no, I have so many crafting. If I find some wood, I'll make a few someday. Right on, Bella Ann. I'm really interested in exploring the concept of these being used as jewelry displays. Like, maybe not in the 112 scale, but maybe sized up. Because wouldn't that just be the cutest thing, like at a craft show or a rummage sale or something, to have it, displayed out on little like fairy furniture? I think that would be ridiculously adorable. Now on these guys, I'm only gonna paint. Nah, I'll paint both sides. Do what, honey? Oh, sorry, I thought you had. This is 3 millimeter or 1/8 of an inch. And again, if you get the file, you can open it up in like Inkscape and modify the SVG. So if you're using like 1/4 inch, you would just go through on the little notches that like accommodate the wood. I'll actually show you here in a sec. So like on this piece, if I were using 4 millimeter, I would go into Inkscape and extend these tabs to poke out. Instead of 3 millimeter, it'd be, well, instead of 1/8 of an inch, it'd be 1/4 of an inch. And these guys, I'd, widen the tabs, kind of stuff. And on this one, I would probably just make those, because since they're sized to the 3 millimeters. But other than tweaking that, you should be able to leave it the same. Same concept goes for if you're using a thinner wood. Sandra says, my first dollhouse was metal and inserted AB 1959. Had to assemble plastic furniture. Ah! I think the first dollhouse I can remember having was this big cardboard mail order thing that my mom had gotten that had like plastic furniture, and like I was so young I could sit inside of it, like I could close it shut and sit inside of the house. But it was, I mean, to me it was huge. But I think I actually found a version of it online. It's like $50. I should get it and just relive some childhood memories. Right on. And that's what I did most of the time. Like, and after we moved to the campground, it was cardboard boxes from then on. And then it was like, of course, I had gotten to that age where they were like, dolls are for little kids. And I was like, okay. And like, I lost my Barbie dream house, my Barbie, my toy horses. Like, I had like 4 toy horses. Like, all of that got lost in the move. So that kind of nipped it in the bud. But then I discovered The Sims, which was basically socially acceptable dollhouses. Um, and have never looked back until now when I'm like, The Sims 4 kind of sucks sometimes. Maybe I'll just make my own dollhouse with blackjack and fairies. Yeah, I've always just enjoyed making the Randy's in there like, forget the dollhouse. I've always just enjoyed making the houses. Like a lot of the times on The Sims, I'll spend like days and days working on the property, like the house and stuff, and then like move the sim in and get bored and be like, eh. So, and I'd looked at Randy, I think yesterday, and I was like, who'd have thought that all the stuff that I was intensely obsessed about as a child, I'd still find interesting now as an adult? Because there was this implication that as you grow up, like you just become like curmudgeonly and harumph. All I like is bills and work now. So it's like, and Randy's like, well, why is that weird? I like playing video games and watching anime. I was like, well, that's fair. That's super duper fair. And it's been so fun to just indulge a little bit in and to share it with you guys. Straight up. Even Maddie today was like, can we make book nooks this summer? And I was like, yes. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make a book nook. I'm gonna have to find some place in our house that we can put the book nooks after we've made them. Jennifer says, oh, Michelle says you grow older, but you don't have to grow up. She says, my dad made my dollhouse and caught bronchial pneumonia since he spent most of the time in November. Oh no! Oh, I hope he was okay. Wow. I had what were they? Oh, it's not just my size, it's something else, I'm sure. But there was this doll that my mom had gotten me that was like, you can have tea parties with it. And then my brother sat on her face and like dented it in, and it was horrifying. And there was like, I didn't know what to do to make like her face not be all smushed in, but it was in because she had like rollback eyes. So one of the eyes was constantly like rolling around all weird after that. I hadn't thought about that in ages. But yeah, that was horrifying. It's like having a tea party with that feller from the Goonies. Still good company, still fun, but it was a bit off-putting to be like, what has happened? Okay, that was the last piece of wood. So I'm gonna rinse my brush out. There we go. Oh yeah, for sure, Brandywine. 110%. I think it should be mandatory. Go do something fun. Okay, and so now, nice and dry. I like that. Just a tint. When I was in 5th grade, I was part of an school miniature club. We made dioramas out of cigar boxes, made a candy store I called the Honey Bear Shop. It was lots of fun. Oh, right on, Mary Hart. Call it therapeutic and we can make it a movement. Ooh. I like your thinking. Okay, so again, the glue that I'm using is this stuff. Whoop. Well, that's... I took off a little bit more than I meant to. I really like the applicator tip, and it doesn't irritate my skin, which is nice. So I'm going to come through, and I'm going to start by gluing on... It's coming back to me now. I'm going to start by gluing on one of the sides. So I need to get more of this glue, though. It's almost out. I've only had it for like 6 days. 5 or 6 days. It's already almost gone. So I'm putting just a little bit of glue on that inner lip. And then I'm going to come through and do a little bit of glue where it's going to be making contact with the other board. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to line up those notches. And it's not pushed in all the way yet, it's just lined up. And then I'm going to get that nice and smushed. Removing the excess from the side. It fell over a bit, that's okay. I'm going to take one of these. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sneeze a bunch. And now I'm just going to come through. Thank you, baby. And scrape off the excess glue before it has dried. And now you can see it's on there. Now it's not perfectly square right now, but it's on there. What changed, babe?
I checked. It wasn't live and then it was on top.
Huh. So now this gives us something that we can insert our boards into. And so, again, letting this... Shipped him to my granddad's before she called the doctor. Oh my gosh. Okay. I probably didn't need to glue up that end just yet, but here we are. So there's our top shelf, and again, these are the most narrow. They're about 3/4 of an inch. And there's no like top or bottom. Just pick whichever side you think is prettiest. Yeah, and I'm just going to do those two sides. Open that up. And we can go ahead and start scraping off. I scrape it off and then wipe it on a piece of paper towel that I have over here by me. Now also you could use tacky glue. Well, this stuff is super thick, no drip formula, dries clear. It costs about half as much as the other stuff that I'm using. But I find it doesn't grab as instantly as what this stuff does. This is actually the same glue in consistency as what whenever I've bought miniature kits. She's determined to spend Christmas with the whole family, not be running back and forth between two properties. Oh, Jennifer. And then, okay, so now we're going to do our thick center shelf, which we can actually do later, and we'll come to that. So it's another reason why I'm kind of doing this live with y'all, is to not just for y'all's input, because I think some of y'all have been to this rodeo before and might have much better ways of going about doing what I'm doing. And so I'm very, very open to recommendations and suggestions. So we're going to skip a tab and get that in there. But also so that I can get it really worked out so that I can go ahead and write a manual. Something that's come to my attention is I have a really difficult time doing something the same way twice, apparently. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, we made that one last Tuesday. It was a bunch of fun. And I'm really relieved we haven't gotten too much hate so far from people who are like, you're a jewelry channel, make jewelry. And it's like, So that's good. Do what, babe?
Tutorials are tutorials.
Yeah. Randy's over there doing the Mr. Incredible meme. Let me get this placed and I'll demonstrate. Going, tutorials are tutorials. But I get it. Not everybody's into this stuff. But you clicked on my face. And I really appreciate y'all being here to hang out with me. Okay. So that's how it's coming along. And you can see it's holding together much better with a bit of glue. So now we will come through and attach the side, which I'm going to go ahead and put this on its side. Oh, that is just a big glob of... There we go. Cleaning off the tip. And I'm going ahead and just applying this. Very messily. But again, if I can do it, y'all can do it better. So I'm going to take this and position it and smush. Ah, well thanks, Momo Bean. And I'm just going to scrape off the excess. So again, the only thing I don't like is that whenever I over glue, it gets like shiny in between the shelves. And but we can dry brush some paint over that and kind of matte it down a little bit. Right now I'm mostly just trying to remove all the little overflow globs. So this is the basic structure. Aw, so creepy that I feel like I know you. Not at all, Erin. I really appreciate that. Like I've made some of my best and most genuine friends from folks that just hang out like in our streams and stuff. And like Yvette, we would have never met her if not for being on YouTube, and she came and met us at a convention, and now it's like every time we're in Memphis, we're like, yo, sup. Do what?
You think you could escape us?
Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Oh, right on, Iris. Do you use the 3-in-1 to put the house together? I did. I used a combination of the 3-in-1, wood glue, bit of hot glue. And yeah, so it's this stuff. I do kind of highly recommend it. It seems to work out really well. Y'all are so kind to us. Okay, next up, we have our kickstand.
Hey, you plugged in?
I am, honey. At this point, I am going to start using wood glue just because that bottle's bubbling up. But and I don't need it to grab as quickly. Yeah, also my wood glue is getting really low. So yeah, it's the next step. Thank you. But I'm going to come through, do just a little run of that. Do, 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 do. And then remove actually most of it, because I am just a heavy-handed person when it comes to glue. But it seems to work out. And then I'm going to put just a little glob, bloop, there, and bloop, there, on the back side. And then I'm going to come in, and we just nestle our little kickstand right there.
Yeah, but my hair, I'll do with it what I want.
Do what?
This is Gorilla Glue, not for hair.
Not for hair. Right on. Now,
My hair, I'll do with it what I want.
right? For the wood glue, I like how flat it goes. Whereas this glue, it will stay kind of a little three-dimensional and globby. That we can come through. Smush that together. Bottle cap, glue, toothpick. Ah, good idea. Let me grab my glue water. And I keep tripping on that, so I'm going to scooch it over here just a little. Here we go. This has some India ink in it still, but just a little. I don't know what the Popo are up to today.
Hey, weren't you gonna stand for?
I was. I completely forgot. Boo. Do what?
Feels bad.
Feels bad. Sad hippie noises. Ooh, Kimberly says this is a bit off topic. I don't mind a bit. I received my pendant from the marathon wrapping session and I'm in love with it. Ah, right on, Kimberly. Oh. I'm so glad you like it. I had so much fun with that, y'all. Like, I feel like that was like the spark of this fresh wave of creativity I've been having, and I have y'all to thank for that. So thank you all. So right here, we're going to be doing, now that we have the kickstand in, let's go ahead and do the side decorative pieces. So, and you can choose just whichever side you think is prettier. And then I'm going to go through with an inexpensive brush and just paint on some wood glue. Like, if I had to buy one glue for all of this, I'd use wood glue. It can be a little slower to hold some pieces together, but it's affordable. Easy, like they have it at like even at like the dollar store. I bet you could find some wood glue. No smell hardly to it at all. Perfectly sandable and stuff too. Mm-hmm.
You have a 3-in-1 glue?
I do. It's a Beacon Advanced Craft Glue. It's a 3-in-1.
Where'd you get it?
Hobby Lobby. Though it was in the Hobby Lobby like miniatures section. Like where they have like the little cars and stuff for building models. It's only a model. Okay, so now we're going to take this and just line it up. And this decorative piece, because it is purely decorative, but I do feel like it goes a long way in hiding some of the joinery, as well as reinforcing it, as well as glue can. So we could go through and clamp right here, 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 here. I'm not too worried about it. If our wood were warped at all, I'd go, wow, holy crap, thank you, Kimberly. What? Do you have any requests? Like, I'll show you my feet. Like, God, that just got weird. I'm so sorry. Randy's just in there. Stop. I'm not allowed to show you guys my feet anymore. But thank you so much, Kimberly. Okay, so we could clamp it, but if our boards were warped, I can hear Randy scowling at me. I'm so sorry, honey. Oh my gosh. It's literally a tiny duck. Armpits? No, I'm not allowed to do that either. Spend 50s, pet kitties. Excuse me. Smeared me. I'm sorry, Bobby. I can only be well behaved for like apparently 58 minutes. But modern problems require modern solutions. But thank you so much, Kimberly.
That's a clever name.
Hmm.
Save that for Lonely Dan's.
Lonely Dan's. Oh wow, Bunny, I like that. Okay, so now we're going to go through and do the other side. But again, if the boards were warped at all, I would definitely clamp, but these guys are nice and flat, and we're trying really hard to keep our quality control up. But sometimes even just humidity can warp boards. Like we've received boxes of boards from our manufacturer before, and it'll have been raining and the boxes themselves didn't get wet, but like half of the boards were warped. But that's nothing a little glue and clamping can't fix. Give them the clamps. Hey, J Max. I just got here and started laughing. Good. My work here is done. I'm still gonna stay, keep crafting, but. Sorry. I'm still a little tickled. Okay. So there's that piece, and it starts to come together after this. Oop. It's like here how it got wet and it's starting to split. That is something you can run into, but it's something that's as easily fixed as just cramming some glue in there. And let's see if we can't get this clamped down here. I really like to use these guys because they've got these big holders, like clampy holders. And you can just pinch that down. We could also pull this number to distribute the pressure. And so there you can see the glue's already squeezing out. But that'll hold that like so. Of course, make sure everything's nice and lined up before you go clamp crazy. Randy says, with great clamps comes great responsibility. And I have a bunch of these from leatherworking and stuff, but also just regular old clothespins, and binder clips are actually like one of my favorites. So versatile. But yeah, get that all clamped together. So while that's clamped and drying, I'm just going to set it off to the side, and let's do a little bit of stamping. Right on, J-Max. Oh, I'm so glad you like them. Let's pick out which side is, I like this side, and let's do some clamping. Also, this is just a leftover, like, this had some pigment, like glow-in-the-dark pigment in it, and I'm just using it to keep my wood glue from drying out. Okay, so my friend Stephanie sent me some super cool stamps, and I gotta pick out which one I want to use. Ooh. Now, I don't think this one's from Stephanie, but it's like my favorite stamp in the whole wide world. Chips clips. Ooh, right on. Were you gonna say something, love?
Nope.
Is like a neighbor talking or something? Am I going cray-cray? Putting just a little bit of water from the cup on there. Slapping that on there. It's like a pretty little lotus. I wouldn't mind it if the glue glowed. This is pigment. It's not ink, it's pigment. So it doesn't soak in, which I really like that. And also you could do green ink and then come through and do a bit of the gold pigment on top of that. Okay, and so let's position, how do we want this? Do we want it perfectly centered? Do we want it coming from the back? I think I want it to be coming from the back to the front, pretty centered. Hopefully that works, because this is what's happening. And then you squish the heck out of it. Oh, I didn't show up very well at all. We'll poop. Okay. Well, I mean, it showed up okay. Do what, honey?
Maybe a silver would work brighter on the brown.
Yeah, maybe. I think I'm going to use this stuff. It's pigment ink. Both worlds. Huh? Some silver?
Gold on brown's not going to show up very well.
Well, I didn't want it to be like super... Well, there, from that angle, it shows up pretty nice. I wanted it to match my aesthetic. Maybe we could do green. We do brown on brown. I know that Randy's right. I'm just gonna keep doing this for like a minute. I'll do it on the other side.
I know you got it. I'm just not going to listen to
Well, yeah, cause then he'll just keep being right all the time, and then what? I like that. Oops, dropping it. I like that a lot. Could you do some embossing powder? Ooh, quite possibly. I don't have an embossing gun, but an embossing powder would be really cool. My friend Pam has used that, and like Randy and I will help her do some like thank you cards, and it was really neat. Now, I also have this thing that Randy had gotten me. That is a extra fine point paint marker. I don't know how to use it.
yeah, the silver one.
I don't want to use the silver. How does this work? Is this correct? Boink, boink, boink. Boink, boink, boink. Here comes the paint. Comes the paint. Boink, boink, boink. I love it. Boink, boink, boink. What's up? Oh, poor baby. This paint marker is amazing. Like, I've only ever used paint markers in the past that were, like, horrifically, like, thick. And now I'm just drawing. I'm not even following the pattern anymore. I like it a lot. Yeah, I like that. Bunches. Very cool. And I don't want anybody to ever take it personally if I don't do the thing that you suggest. I'm just self-centered and do whatever. I do what I want. What are you laughing in there, Randy?
You're like, I don't want anyone to ever take it personally. I never listen to Randy at all.
You seem a little salty, honey. You want some vinegar? Mm-hmm. But that is why we do sell our kits and stuff too. That way you can make your vision come true. Because right now I'm just trying to figure out what my vision is. Cool. So that part is glued back on. Very neat. I like it. Do, do, do. Starting the paint flow on the work. Nodding. Oh, yeah. I love my leafing pens. Ooh, right on, squirrel. Don't start it on the work. It will blob. That's good to know. I should listen to other people, but I'm not gonna. You can't make me. Okay, so now, here's this. We're gonna get in here and you should show everyone the thingy that you made on Tuesday. Oh, what did I make on Tuesday? That was like a week. Oh, you mean last Tuesday? Yes. Okay, I can show you guys that. Do what, Randy? That was like a week ago. I was like, time's a construct. Oh goodness, it is in the other room, so I'll have to go get it. But because I've been keeping it next to my computer, because I can't stop looking at it. Do do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Okay, so we got that on there, and now we're going to come through and apply this just there on the fronts. And again, this is something that you can clamp if you like. I can't spell what it is. It's an Artificer Druid cabinet. It's just a little witchy cabinet, but it was a lot of fun. But I feel like putting that there, it gives it so much more substance and kind of, I don't know. I like it. I like it bunches, actually. Apothecary, yes. And so now, well, actually what I should be doing before doing this part is putting in this shelf. So I'm just going to do some glue there on the back, some glue there on the bottom. some more glue here on the back. Some glue there on the sides. And some glue here on the sides. And then also, if you want, just a bit right there and right there. Now we'll take this and we just slide it into place, boom, like that. So there's that one, and now we can go through and I've so missed having the windows open and just hearing like a plane just went over. Like you could hear it in the atmosphere. And just anything other than the roaring yell of the heater is a really nice noise. Now also you could totally put your wood glue into like one of those needle tipped applicators. I don't have any of those, but they'd be super cool and much tidier for applying some glue. I think her name is Julie Warren here on YouTube. Does amazing miniature tutorials and stuff. She uses one. And then just applying that right there. Wiping off any excess glue. And this is, whoops, got a splinter. It's a little wooden bookcase. Right on, Tracy. Do you sell these furniture pieces? We do, Linda. We've just started. We're actually I'm pretty new to the miniature scene. But we sell the files, the kits, as well as the completed but unpainted pieces. And so that way you can use them in your fairy houses or in your... Again, I really think this would be super cool for like if we sized it up to instead of a 1/12 scale where 1 inch is equivalent to a foot, if we did like a 1/6 scale where is that every 2 inches is a foot. This would be a really cute jewelry display for like in your booth at a craft show or something.
How did that boo-boo turn out?
Huh?
How'd that boo-boo turn out?
What boo-boo?
The one you planted?
Oh, it's good. Yeah. I don't even know where it was at anymore. So, good enough that I don't see it anymore. But that is something to watch out with. Not just stuff that you get from us, but any kind of plywoods that you might get from the store. Ooh, yes, to show off the cute cabs purchased. Okay, so we can get this turned around now. That is straight up the kind of thing I would have in a little... I don't even know like what this house is going to be yet still, but I'm really pleased with how the flooring has come out. I need to sand it again. But it was my first time doing flooring like this of any kind. But y'all, check out this bathtub. Like, it has little popsicle sticks, like wooden planks for the bottom as well. And I'm trying to figure out what I should do for the flooring, because I wanted to put in... This is the side that I cut to fit. And I want to do like some trim around the bottom of the room. But I didn't know if I wanted to tile it, if I wanted to stencil it, or like what. Get the floor buffer out, right? But I need to put together a sink, a toilet, and like I don't know. Like what height is what height would a sink be at? Because again, like 1 inch is a foot. Then this is like the tub's like 2 feet high. And the toilet, is that like the same height as the I don't know, I'm gonna have to go measure our toilet or something. Oh, I forgot a piece. On here there is an option for did I even cut that piece out? I lost it. Well, in your kit, you would have I don't think this is the piece, it's from something else, but it'd be very similar to this.
What is it on the instructions?
It is number 9, the decorative trim for top, depending on whether you got the square or the curved. But it would be cut to the right size, but you could put it and like slide it in there on the top shelf. But I actually can't find the piece. I might have left it in the forge room. But that way, if you wanted to continue that motif, or you could take like shells and stuff and like apply them. Lots of different options. Ooh, y'all, check this out. Okay, so there are these lights that Randy and I found at like Joann's, maybe, that they're twist bottom LED lights, because it's just a little battery that's in there, and so they're very luminous, like very, very bright. Like, I don't know how I can demonstrate brightness, but straight up. Yes, I am thinking we're gonna do a shell as the sink, Bobby, but I just don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to find the dimensions, because I was gonna try to use. I've had this shell knocking about for like 2 years. It's so perfect, but I think it's way too big for a sink. And then I was like, how do you poop in a shell? Oh, that's the right piece. Thank you, Randy. Like, if you're a fairy who's pooping glitter left and right, like, there's no seat on this. Like, I don't know. Which do they hover? I don't know how fairies poop, but yeah. Hey, Randy. I don't think this is the right piece either. It's too big. Was it in the Glowforge?
No.
Oh, okay. But we do have a little piece somewhere. I think I dropped it, maybe. I don't know. Oops. Well, hey, it's lit up. I can see it. So that's, you can see how bright it is. See how bright that is? And all the trash under my table. But what we did was, because whenever they come, they don't have this globe on there. But I used resin and made a little globe to go over it. And I also made this one that has little opal flakes. Well, I'll have to clean the resin off of that one, but this one has little opal flakes and like blue wispy in it. So I thought that was pretty cool. I also tried making some that are a little bit more subdued with like that kind of coppery tone that's going on in there. But I'm gonna have to experiment with making some like lampshades. I thought would be kind of cool for over these to kind of diffuse the light a little bit more. But let's get the excess resin off.
If you paint one like a deep crimson red, you can put it in the toilet.
Why would the toilet be red, honey? Because fairies poop dimensions. So it's just the poop dimension. Oh my god. Oh, he's killing me. Oh, that's good, babe. But so I've been experimenting with those a little bit. But But yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
that took a different turn.
Huh?
The red light district.
In the toilet?
It wasn't there.
Yeah, that's true. There is that. Okay. So, because I do have some air dry clay, I think this one will be a good size for a sink. I realized I thought it was the end of the video. I was going to write a comment and I couldn't. Well, hey, Cass Love, how's it going?
Not done yet.
They have mirror sheets, peel and stick. Ooh, right on. Looks like a crystal ball. You could use the shell as a vanity mirror. Oh, I love that, Momo Bean. Baseboards like an old-timey house like ours is 6-inch baseboards, right? Ours too has like super high baseboards. I don't know if I love it or hate it, but I just hate cleaning baseboards in general. So, but yeah, I was thinking, how do I drill a hole in this to make like the plumbing? I want the plumbing to look realistic. So let's see. Hey Randy, could you Google something for me? What's the average height of like a vanity sink? Like a bathroom countertop? Because I have this little bar stool and I was thinking about putting that up there. Or we could just, I have these little boxes. I'm trying to find ways to utilize some of this scrap stuff that I'm building up. But that still, that looks too short. Like that would only be, yeah, that is
16 to 20 inches.
16 to 20 inches? Like tall?
Yes.
Because that's like knee height.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. But surely I can find something.
The depth is. No, that's not right here.
Ooh, yes, Bobby. I actually have some 12 gauge copper that I was thinking about using for like the sink hardware. Like, I think that'd be a good. But I do have some that are even thicker, but they're silver. And I really wanted to do brown, green, and copper. Ooh, 34 to 36 inches, says Teresa.
Yeah, it looks like 29 to 36 inches.
Okay. So that's 36. That's 3 inches then. Tall would be the cabinet. So I've got a whole bunch of little boards that are, well, looky there. That one's a little over 3 inches. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a thing. You okay, honey?
Oh, yeah.
You're just sitting there going, guys.
No lies.
Lies.
Bro, I can't see anybody. Bro, I can't see anybody.
That piece.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, I have been saving my box of scrap. Actually, Randy, could you bring me those 2 pieces that I just you back with?
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, this is, I was saving all the little scrap cutouts because I thought these would be perfect for like wrapping to make like books. And then I also save all my tiny pieces. And then I have a bunch of these pieces, cutting out the windows. And I also have all of these pieces. Oh, Randy's giving me a thing. Thank you, honey. What are the height of these? You can't see Pro?
No.
But he's right there.
It's got a camera on it.
Okay. Yeah, so I didn't know if I should use them as tiles or what, but I'm going to try to use scrap real quick to make a vanity. Now, this is way too tall. This is 1, 2, 3. That's way too tall, but I was hoping I could use it as like shelves or something, because if we put, well, that's too wide. I mean, that would be a super cute shelving unit. I'm just gonna say, like very open concept shells. Ooh, flagstone, yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Surely I have more. So where'd that other piece go? I just, there it is. Okay. So these guys are like 3 foot or 3 inches. And I'm thinking we could use, ooh, or maybe we could go with something shorter and then use this with like that mounted on top of it. I don't know. Let me finish one thought before I start jumping around all over the place all willy-nilly. Let's see if I can find 3 or 4 pieces of scrap that are the same size. Well, they're all slightly different, so that's good. Yeah, I kind of like that one best so far too, Kimberly. Except it's too short for what I was trying to do. How are every single one of these a different size? What's up, babe?
Every single one is slightly smaller than the last.
Isn't it? Like, I mean, I'm not crazy. This is happening, right?
That's okay. I see it too, lady.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, those 4 are the same size-ish. How? Oh, gosh. Also, I think I have a bin of shells somewhere. Where are you? There you are. Oh, okay. Ho ho. Big old bin of shells. All sorts of shells, too. Huh? No, it's just all up in its face. Ooh, look at that one. Oh my gosh, what if we did this as the toilet, you guys? Her little pooper. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's a huge pooper, though. Maybe it was the sink, like, mounted into the wall. But I was thinking... Do it, love? The bidet. Don't mind if I badoo. This one's so pretty. Look at the lines on that. And this one's such a perfect little shape, too. Oh, and it's got a little hole in it for hanging. So cute. Okay, this might be more along the lines of what I'm looking for. I don't know, because that mounts to a wall. Hey, Horror, how's it going? Little pooper. Hey, Mitch. You'll come in at, like, impeccable timing. That might be a good sink size. I was looking for a honkin', like a big old auger shell. Sorry, these are just super cute. That could be a toilet. For a little while. A urinal for the guys, right? For the guy fairies. I'm gonna listen. Oh, you can hear the ocean a little bit. What about in this one? It's been so long since I've listened to a shell because somebody, I think, I'm not going to blame it on Randy, but it was either Randy or my brother, told me that something will come out and go in your ears if you hold the shells up to your ear. You would never say that? Because I almost specifically remember you saying it, honey. I'm just saying. Like, okay. So we could do... Now, isn't that just beautiful, though? It's just digging through my shells now. 3 shelves on the wall for what? I don't know. We're going to have to put 3 shelves on the wall, Pro. You can just use a stool and take some of the wood pieces and stack them wonky to make them the size you need. Right on. I really like that. I am going to keep rummaging through this, though, because... Whoops. Oh, look at that, you guys. That is so cool. I have no idea what to... I've been hoarding some of these shells for like half a decade. I just flung my glue scraper across the room. And I feel like it's time to finally use some of these shells, but I don't know what to use them for. They're all so pretty. What do I do? That looks like it would lay something in your ear. Multi-year demolition man. Murder, death, kill. Murder, death, kill. This could... I'll make a little doggy bed and have this just laying in the doggy bed. Because the fairy, of course, is going to have a mermaid-themed bathroom. Do you think mermaids have, like, fairy-themed bathrooms? This is one of the shells that Jim sent us that Randy cut in half for me, or cut part off for me. That looks so cool. Ooh, that would make a really cool chandelier. Look at this little piece. She needs some coral decor. I'm still not finding the one shell that I thought I had, but I apparently do not. Now this one's such an interesting piece, though, that apparently I got for $1. Ooh, right on, Michelle. This is a weird looking shell, isn't it, babe? I just could have sworn that one looks so cool too. Like, these are just, I think it would be the absolute coolest thing to go shell hunting. Like, you know? So cool. And that's just a big old honking piece of mother of pearl. Now that's so... There's... Look at this. Is this... Look at this photograph. No, it's like a big sunflower, but it's a starfish. Ooh, okay. This will work. I think. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so I have a couple of different ideas knocking about my noggin now. Okay. Because also, I had an idea for a chair. Or for a toilet, actually, that is just one of these chairs. And I was just going to cut a hole in the seat. And then I was like, but who leans back, like, in a reclined chair whilst they're, you know, heeding nature's call. Making seriously, Randy. Yeah, I was like, we could just like put like a black walnut shell. Yeah, make like a potty chair with a heated toilet seat. They make them, says Pro. Right on. I feel like if it's too comfortable, you'd never get off TikTok and get about your day. Like if lazy boys started making toilets. Hey Lisa, how's it going? Thanks, Brandywine. That's just, honestly, that's one of my bins of shells. I'm up to my ears in shells. Maybe it's in this thing. Haha, it is! It's probably too tall, though. I've been saving this shell for I don't even know how long. And it's just so perfect and beautiful. Like, I love it. It also looks like you could seek vengeance to your enemies with it. Oh, here's another shell bin, but this one's all the little clam shells. I made that out of hot glue. It's like falling to pieces though. Look at this photograph. It's of a dog taking a bubble bath. Do it, honey? I don't know. That just sounds like it would get messy really fast. That's a dirty shell.
Try anything once.
Yeah. It's got a nice little hole in it though. We could figure something out. I don't know, maybe. Put it in the maybe pile. That's a horn I made out of foam. Don't know why that's in there. Okay, so the leading all that would go. And this is what I do all day, every day now, you guys, just so you know. Because I sit here and rummage through my stuff, being like, where's this thing that I was going to use for that other thing? Does this make it tall enough? What is that for scale? Not quite. What if we did multiple? It's a little too tall. What if we did that? Shell. Exploring options here. Give me a minute. And also we have this thing. Where are you at, thing? That is still too short. Great. What if we had this with this on it? With that on it for the sink. What do you guys think? Because then it still has the opening and closing drawers, which do not make sense because the plumbing would probably be going through there. Okay, so that's an idea as well. Now, something that I was thinking was, let's say this is mounted to the wall. I'm hip with your jive, dude. Oh no, Pro says, well, I finally installed my washer and only flooded one room. Oh no. There's a lazy boy on that show, Home Improvement. It would be, Jean. I think this is going to be like a focal point in the bathroom. But I had thought that's kind of disproportionate. But also, if this were mounted to the wall, this is kind of what I was thinking. But this shell might be too small. Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
Can you search and see what the typical size of like a sink basin is for like a bathroom? It's maybe this one. I had no idea there was a sticker in here. This shell is from the Philippines. That's amazing. Or like the round one on your right.
16, 20 inches.
Okay, what is that in chicken nuggets? Like 16 sets. I don't know, this would be a decent size. Or no, and then I had also thought about maybe this one. Like I'd have to, let's see. Oops. And that way it would kind of just slope into the wall. Same as your counter. Right on. Glue the sink shell midway down the big shell. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, because this one's too tall for that, but it's, gosh, that's just so neat. Oops, my lights keep coming on. Well, I've officially given myself, like, decision fatigue. Being completely... Huh?
Where'd you get the wooden cabinet from?
Oh, this one?
Oh.
This one was made with a pattern that I purchased off of Etsy, but I'm working on my own that's like more rounded because I want to start making some round shelves that still have drawers that pull out. But does that look silly, or? Because this looks like it would be a vanity that would be like impossible to use. Or what if we made its legs longer? Now that's an idea. If we can't raise it up from one end, let's raise it up from the other. Because that kind of reminds me of Randy's brother lived in a house for a while that had like these really fancy glass sinks. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, and this one here we made and sell kits for if you guys are interested in that. And I feel like this is the big trouble with found objects too, is getting them to be like actually to scale. So I'm not gonna lie, I really like some of these bigger shells. That looks a little bit more proportionate. What's the height? It only needs to be 2.85 inches to the top. This one is like 2 and a hair. Also, let's check and see if it, so polka dot one on the right. Did you like that? I liked that. And we could try it. But let's check and see. I'm tangled on my cord. Oh no. Okay. How does this even fit in the bathroom? Because I'm afraid this cabinet, because this bathroom's like stupid little. Hey, Christina. Ooh, oh, that's a good idea, Jaded. But yeah, I think this is too big for the bathroom anyhow. Well, happy anniversary, Lisa. Yeah, let's whip out some epoxy sculpt and let's see how this would look against a wall. Because I like how it kind of tapers back as well. So I'm just pretending this is my bathroom wall since I can't like get in there. And then if we have that one coming out, we can fill in right here with some sculpting and maybe some other shells and stuff. Yes, the shell with the hole. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, now this would give us a sink that's 2 feet deep, but I do really like the way that that looks. I really like that, Randy. We flipped over that little stool and set in a wood circle the feet. Oh, Charlie says, what if you flipped over that little stool and set in a wood circle? The feet would cradle the sink. Boy, that is very clever. And I love it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have it up on the wood. Though I don't see why not. I absolutely love that. What do you think, Grandy? You like it? Brilliant. By attaching the sink directly to the wall and fabricating some fake plumbing underneath, it would be less cluttered. That's true too. Now, also, would this be a good height for a toilet? Because this could just be the pooping shell.
That'd be way big for it.
Well, maybe they like to like fly up there. That would be way big for a toilet. Do you mean the stool or the seat? Both? I don't know. I know it's all imaginary, but excuse me. How tall is that? That does almost bring it up. It would be like a low vanity, but Christina says already looks nicer than any bathroom I've ever had. Same girl. So I'm not Randy, but I like it. Hey Sheila, what about a tiered shelf for the sink, one that flows into a flow into another into another. I know I really dig this. But I also really like Yvette's idea of it being just kind of built into the wall. And then also I'm thinking now about, you know how they have those toilets that like you wash your hands in the backs of them? Like that seems something that like a fairy would do. You wash your hands in the top of the fountain, poop in the bottom of the fountain. You're like, so we could. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to reinvent the wheel. I just keep thinking about Demolition Man. And 3 shells and I don't know what for. Where'd that one go that I had? There it is. Because this one I already kind of have an epoxy sculpt back on it. Ow. So we could just hold it up and see. Yeah, Japanese style. Ooh, Don says, I'm making a gnome house out of a ragu jar. Loving it so far. Right on. Yeah, that sticks out crazy far. But I still kind of like the concept. So maybe it's significantly smaller. Yeah, that one just looks kind of, at least not in the way. And then we could do like a floating shelf underneath it. And then like a little vanity mirror. Where does the where does the toilet go, you guys? Like, does she just get a chamber pot? Or do we just give her a chamber pot and call it a day? It's just like never in my life would I try to. This bathroom is less than 4 feet wide. Ooh, okay. Right there?
I don't know, apparently we're quite far behind.
Oh, really? Oops.
And then you have all the room for the bath, or for the toilet.
Yeah.
And then you could do the polka dotty swirly shell for the toilet.
Oh, Randy, that's such a good idea. Huh? Yvette, you are a champion. Yes, it does. And we can use this as the lid, because that was the lid. Where did this work? There it is. So we could have that be the toilet. Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? That's a fancy toilet. The lid's way too big. It's gonna protrude out into the room so far. It should be fine though. Well, what if we were able to put this on a hinge? so that we could actually lift the toilet lid.
It may be very difficult.
I think you're right. But I'm compelled. Because we could just attach the hinge with epoxy sculpt. I have hinges somewhere. Okay. So here I have, these are probably way too big. That's the tank. Yeah. You know, we could do that just where it looks like. And that way it's not hinging.
Yeah.
That would poke you in the back. Nobody's actually using this toilet. I don't have to worry about whether or not it's comfortable.
See what it looks like in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, I'd already ripped off the lid to this, so I'm getting my hinges put away so I don't lose them. Fancy steps to her throne, right? Okay. Let me get... Oh, I was trying to do a spiral staircase, actually, and I don't think the opening is big enough. In the kit, it came with, like, just some steps. I think I'm just going to do regular steps since it's my first time doing something like this. Though I did also consider doing spiral stairs and having them be on the outside. But so I'm just going to try really hard to be done with this fairy house, like, within the week. Whatever you do, just put some TP next to it so you get the idea. That's fair. That's a good idea. Okay. And I may actually end up making a couple of toilets. That's pretty tall for a toilet, though, isn't it? Like, it's as tall as a bathtub. Yeah, I guess it's about right. I don't know, I should have gotten that Luke Skywalker action figure. He would have helped. They have 6-inch tall action figures at, like, vintage stock. Yeah, Dawn says, well, they have fairy wings. They can fly up there. Right? Pro says 1.2 inches for the toilet. Yeah, this one's about a 1/2 inch too tall. What if we just did this mounted into the wall as, like, the turlet?
Yeah.
And then we could, like, laser cut out, like, a little seat and a lid, and those we could hinge and have it be a wall mounted instead of a floor mounted. I think I like it, and it matches the sink. A toilet and a bidet. Ah, comatose. Hey, Elijah's roommate. I think y'all are just tired of me talking about my toilet too. And that almost gives us enough room to have... No, we'll still do the sink over on this side. And then we'll have this over here. Oh my gosh, Pro. See, that's how Randy felt on the toilet that we used to have. And then last year for our 15-year anniversary, I was like, well, what do you want for your anniversary? And he's like, I want a new toilet. And I was like, really? Because I was going to get him a telescope so we could look at the stars together. We would have never had time to look at the stars. We use that toilet every day. So,
Best anniversary.
right? So I wanted to take you guys over here and show you what we did last week. Because y'all got a little glimpse at... Oh, this is the square cabinet too, by the way. but this is what we made last week. So this is how the pieces come together, and this is kind of the aesthetic I was going to try to accomplish for the whole fairy house. Christina says, "Did you do the fancy windows?" I did. Like, here, do you guys want a tour of the house so far? Oh, donut bead as a seat. Oh, that's brilliant. That's a fancy toilet. Oh, thanks, Don. There's more pictures of it online. But I had so much fun last week making all the little jars and everything. Okay. Dawn says, yes, please. We're going to go back over and do a tour of the house. Let me switch on the hall light, get some better illumination going on over here. Okay. So this is the kit. It's by a company called Greenleaf. It's the Orchid All-Wood Dollhouse. Randy was calling it the Orphan. But it's pretty good. It was $35. So I was really pleased. That's how it's supposed to come together. The shingles are included, but I'm going to use, I have this plethora of greenery in a bunch of like the drawers and stuff, and I'm actually going to do a green roof on this house. I made the window boxes, and because I'm going to make like a plywood like base for it that's bigger than this table, so I can do like an outdoor scene, like a little seating area. But I made the windows, both the lattice ones and the decorative, like Celtic sunflower ones up high. I made the trim. And then working on this bay window, which again, I'm just using this for structure. Ooh, right on, Dawn. Oh, that'd be so cool. But this is all going to be green roof as well. And I'm going to try to make it look like a mixture of like wattle and daub maybe on the outside, though it might just be mostly daub, so like plastered looking. But yeah, completely green living roof. I had ideas about making it, like an apothecary's cabinet, like an apothecary's house, an apothecary. But I think it's just going to be like a little fairy B&B, like it's a little rental house for whenever fairies go on vacation, they can go, and I'm gonna have like a little eating nook. Like I think I'm gonna put the other wall right here, like kind of lined up with the door to support the floor here, and have this be like a small library, and then the kitchen and eating room over here. So we'll see how that goes, and then just bedroom. And though I may do a bed and library up here and like a little music room down here. Ooh, oh, right on, Dawn. That's a good idea for a privet drive, right? Yeah, the jars are hot glue sticks. But I don't know, like this is all, I know it's not what I typically do on the channel. And again, I'm really glad we haven't received more hate for it. For people being like, boo, hiss, you know, go back to making jewelry, you noob. But I'm having a ton of fun, you guys. And quite honestly, like for as many people who have been like negative about this, we've had like 99.9% more have been like aggressively enthusiastic, which I'm like, yeah, like I like aggressive enthusiasm. I'll shrink myself down and stay there, right, Christina? I can't wait for you to come over, Christina, because then we can play with it together. Like I even found some little they're not dolls, they're action figures. No, they're like you use them for posing, for then like drawing them. They're on Amazon. They're like, it's like, I don't know, but they're like basically fully posable action figures. They just don't have a whole lot of like facial features or anything. Yeah, some of them have way too many features. I have got such a weird looking Amazon search history now, because like I stumbled into this whole realm that I didn't even know existed, and I was like, I just want to find a 6-inch tall doll. Why you gotta be creepy, Amazon? But here we are. But yeah, and they're like fully posable, and so I was gonna get like those and use them to like stand them and be like, is that a reasonable sink height? And just kind of like keep it like to scale. And then I'm gonna sculpt like, I don't know, like try to do a face paint up a little bit, but like mostly make them look like they've got like wings and stuff. So make little fairies on the inside. Up for artistic brainstorming, no matter what it is. Anything can be inspiring. Right, Yvette? Well, I would never do these miniatures. I appreciate the creativity. Right on. And I get you. It's definitely, I never thought I'd be into this at all. And then my friend Hannah showed me some like, there's like these things that you can get that's like a ball and it has like miniatures of food in it. Like they aren't particularly to scale for anything. Like some are closer to like 1/6 size, so like Barbie size, and some of them are closer to 1/12, which I'm like, ooh. But just like these tiny little foods. And I lost my absolute mind. And here we are. Makes them fabulous, like a drag queen fairy doll. Yes. Put a huge bonnet on them. Can I come over and play with the dolls too? Maybe. How's that 3D printed toilet coming? No, I'm kidding. But seriously though, because I'm having some toilet troubles. Actually, I'm looking at it.
What say pro is that I'm not allowed to play with them because I play wrong.
You don't play wrong.
Those are the exact words.
Well, what were you doing that I told you you were playing wrong?
I don't know. Probably playing wrong.
You were playing wrong, that's right. Dress me up as fairies or whatever you want. How fun. I used to want to have a dollhouse and dress it up. I'm not gonna lie, it's just as much fun as an adult as it was as a kid so far. Like I was even, y'all, I was looking at a 1/12 scale horse and I was like, oh, I don't have enough room in my house for all this stuff. But we've hit the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to let you guys go. Charge admission and peeps need to bring their own dolls. Kelly, I've already been looking at like dollhouse conventions. Like, don't judge me too hard, but it's like, ooh, Droma says curtains. Yes. So yeah, we will keep you guys up to date. Oh, Dawn says, okay, Vaughn, how about them dressers behind you? Did you do them all on your own, the dressers? Oh, that one was from Hobby Lobby. That one is laser cut and I didn't design that one, so I'm not selling the templates, but I am working on some of my own that are like, again, more round and more fairy shaped, a little less like geometric and stuff. So Yvette, those people molds you sent me are, I've been keeping them. I don't know. I don't know their scale of that because I still have the people molds. We're gonna have to make some some people. Let's see, how tall? I think this is more play size than 1/12 scale. Yeah, she would be 8.5 feet tall in my house. I might be able to just chop her legs off or something. Or she's a giant fairy. I don't know. But she lost her shins in the war, says Randy. I can put these back into the bag though. I've been dying for a good excuse to sculpt up some fairies though. But yeah, so this is, where did you get the people molds? Yvette sent these to me, Jean. So we'd have to ask Yvette. Have you bothered to check out clay made with toilet paper? I have not. I didn't know that that was a thing. Oh, I've heard of like paper clay. Is that similar? Maybe. The kids might work. Do what, Randy? Quite possibly. For all the folks who bought too much toilet paper, Randy says. Hey Vaughn, check out Etsy. Yeah, I've been looking on Etsy and eBay. She's a visitor to the fairy realm. Yes, Bubby. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I hopefully will be able to give you all some updates, and we'll kind of be done with this fairy house by Saturday, and then we can make a little bit more jewelry and stuff. But we're gonna be having a tutorial coming out, not just on building the, where did it even go? On building the bookcase, but the cabinet, because that's a lot more involved. But they're basically the same, like exactly the same step by step up into this point. But then, yes. So if you guys want to craft along with us for the tutorial, we do have the kits up for sale. We have the files, and then we are also selling them pre-assembled but not painted. And that way, because in the tutorial I was going to make some different things as well to kind of decorate the shelves. So if you guys have any comments or ideas, leave them down below. After, for everybody watching in the future, be sure to sign up for our newsletter if you haven't. Wireframe and sculpt your own characters. One thing at a time, Jennifer. But yeah, I've been watching some tutorials on that as well. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and we will see y'all in Saturday's live stream. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye.